Round table number 3. We got the jokesters in back all ready to go. It's a good topic tonight, guys. We're going to talk about something that we don't often talk about. I mean, we do in our little groups, right? But we don't talk about publicly a ton. And I think there's a lot of question and controversy over what do you do when you have iffy babies? What do you do when you have that baby that comes out of the egg and it doesn't act like a snake at all? You put its perfect food in front of
You're a
it.
snake.
It looks the other way. It's like this thing isn't programmed right. It doesn't have the right survival of the fittest instincts built in. Something is just not going on with this animal. That's correct. Now, this can be for a number of different causes. We understand that too. You can have, maybe a high incubation temp. Something came out a little too quick and it's not quite ready to go. We understand there's little fluctuations. Maybe it didn't get to come out of the egg and sit in a natural substrate and it's confused about where it even is, right? We put it in a plastic tub. There's no bedding there. There's no smell of prey. There's nothing natural about that to an animal. So given that little window of question marks, because we are doing this unnaturally, there should still be some kind of spark there, some kind of a natural instinct for this thing to want to be the animal it's intended to be, right? So that's the whole topic tonight is like, what can we do to improve those things? What can we do to maybe increase those odds of that working out in our favor? And the sad side of it, what do you do when that just hits a dead end and it's just not going to do what it should do as a proper, thriving baby animal, right? We do enough of these different clutches throughout the community, and certainly us ourselves too have run into this, but when do you make that decision to just call it a day and say this animal is just not going to be viable? So tough topic. I know we're going to get a lot of different opinions, probably from the chat, probably some kickback in the comments, things like that. But I'd like to hash it around with a bunch of people that have run into it. I know that
Yeah,
each of the
it's good to
people
get
on the...
opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. Take every viewpoint, and that's
Yeah.
what the show is for.
Yeah.
And have a good conversation about it, not a yelling match, right? And give everybody their chance to put their 2 cents in and do it that way. So we had a really good week. We had a lot of stuff go on in prep for a show that's coming up. So we've got a lot of geckos going on the table at this show. We're in
I'm so
Cold-Blooded
excited.
Expo. Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the
Cross your fingers,
fairgrounds.
guys.
Got a bunch of leopard geckos going. We've got still some leftover snakes from last year on the ball python side. Nothing from this year yet. We're still on the first clutch in the incubator right now. We've got I counted, and I want to say we've got like 11 or 12 females that are either very close to going into ovulation or just a few days away from laying here in the next 2 months. So it's going to be all at once, kind of dumping on our doorstep.
Really late.
Not ideal.
So strange.
Yeah, super late. I mean, like everything shifted 4 or 5 months for us, but sometimes it just goes that way. You go by their cues and you pair up and you get what you get, right? So I think ultimately we're going to end up right in that 12 to 14 clutch range this year. It's just all going to fall between, August and, I don't know, what do you want to say, maybe late November, early December probably, when we're starting to see all these things.
Probably,
so it's wonky. Definitely not how we would ideally lay it out, but you take what nature sends you, right?
So. Aw, shit.
Yep.
Aw, shit. But we're hyped, though.
Says shit happens.
Right, exactly. Now we're hyped, though. I mean, it's going to be a first time for us at this expo. We've been there multiple times. We got Adam from Proper Royals over there. We got Eric at ERS that goes every show. There's a lot of people we know that attend this show. So
yeah, I'm excited.
It's a good show. It seems to be pretty solid. Like every time we've been there, it's tough to even weave through the people to get to see what you want to see for that 5-6 hours that they're open. So I'm hoping that's the case and we're able to move some of the stuff. We're not pricing anything outlandishly high, but we are bringing some really pretty stuff in that ball python market from $500 to $800. We've got a couple of those on the table. If you're in the area, you want to come out, you want to see some lace project animals, some stuff that are combos there. We will bring some of that too, so if someone's interested, definitely come and say hi, for sure. Speaking of saying hi, who the hell do we have out there? I see some decent numbers, but I haven't looked in the chats at all. I get jabbering. Kike, good to see you, sir. Hope everything's well down there. I am loving the social media presence lately, too, by the way. All the feeding, all the cleaning. That's awesome. Keep it up, bro. Tara, she's down the road a little bit. We got her scheduled in. She's going to come in and talk to us about rats, but appreciate you swinging in. Duval. Always good to see Mike out there. Three Blind Mike. Good to see you in the chats. Mitzi, appreciate you swinging in. Also, guys, feel free to put your 2 cents in through this, too, because we'll address those. You know, if you guys got a different view of things, we're going to hit that for sure and let everybody answer. Ella, thank you for swinging in. Appreciate you. Got Mom every week. Mom and Dad. Always sitting and watching. So there's 2 we can count on for sure. We know we're always going to go live with 2 people.
Right.
For sure. But
3 because Jason Opelt is always here as well.
Yes, absolutely. There's the third. If we're going to have 3 in the audience, it's going to be that guy too. But Jason, appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Pat, good to see you, sir. We're going to have to talk Pat into coming on at some point too. He's like, I don't know if I like that whole live social media stuff, but I'd have to twist his arm. Aurora, good to see you. Yes, Pat does have some heat for sure. He's got some nice stuff. Hear Derek back there in the background. Dwight, thank you, sir, for swinging out. I know you got plenty going on, and good luck, by the way, on some of that scrambler stuff you're hatching coming up. So fingers crossed for you, sir. Dustin, good to see you out Pacific Northwest. Hope everything's well, man. We got Prox. That's another one of the affiliates out there, guys. Fantastic family deal. So glad to hear Melissa pulled through her little scare not too long ago, and hopefully things are kind of on the rebound there. But Reptile, one of the best names in the business right there. Reptile dysfunction. I think we all have that way before we should.
Oh, man. What in the world?
Yeah. DDM, appreciate you. Thanks for swinging in. That's Melissa. That's one of the 4. We got a quarter of the group here right now. I'm sure the other ones are watching.
Yeah, Dustin's right behind her.
Now we're at half. We're at 50%. So appreciate these guys. They just made a move a little bit south of us. They were real close to us. Now they're about 20, 25 minutes south of us. So
my buddy Tommy.
Good to see you, sir. Hopefully everything's well down there. Tommy's Jamie's crack dealer to start out the gecko world.
I got one of my first geckos from Tommy.
You did, yeah. Tommy's a great guy. So, Tim, good to see you. That's Dad, the other half of the mom-dad combo we can always count on for the 3 in the audience out there. James B, got you on tonight, sir. Good to see you in the house. Cookie Maine, appreciate that for sure. Another fantastic affiliate. Cookies, baked goods, guys, they'll ship them. You got Forge Coin laying around. I know you got a sweet tooth. Order up some cupcakes or a damn cookie set.
Sounds real good, but that's the last damn thing I need.
Right? Same. I just adjusted my shirt to hide the fact that I don't need that. But Candy, good to see you. Thanks for swinging back in. Been a little bit, but nice to see you swinging back. We got Val. Awesome white feather balls. Val's an extremely nice guy and hatching some crazy stuff this year.
Val is an IG freaking warrior, man.
I love that silver surfer snake that he has.
Yeah. Yep. Beautiful stuff. Well, and the whole Misfit project, you know, that's wild. So, Sammy, Pink Panther, we're still waiting on eggs. I don't know what you trained this girl to do, but she can hold on to a set of eggs, I'll tell you.
I think I run downstairs like 20 times a day. She's probably like, quit opening my tub and I'll lay the eggs.
Yeah, she's been ready to go for at least a week and a half. So, Derek, boy, we got 3/4 of the DDM crew. Right? Derek says you spell it wrong. You need to throw in an extra K. But appreciate you for swinging out, Derek. Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're well.
They just had a new baby boy.
They did. Congrats to a new dad there.
Yeah, congrats.
Beautiful little baby boy. Looked happy, healthy. Didn't show his toes, but I'm sure all 10 are there, fingers and toes, and we got 40 of them. We got Randall. Always good to see the Lindworm crew. Appreciate those guys for sure, man. We've got some awesome merch from them. Appreciate them. Dickie Foster. Appreciate you, sir. Best name in the, well, second best name in the biz. We got to go with Reptile. Will, Python Portal. I know you had a pile of things to do tonight. You had a whole list of things, but appreciate you swinging in. Lowe's, good to see Lowe's too. Man, we got a full house in here.
Yeah,
holy
it's
crap!
fun.
There's the wife, Karina.
I was gonna say double dipping.
Got the hardest job in the world keeping G-Paw under control, but somehow she does it. Good for you, man. Appreciate you swinging in, Karina. Big Dan, another fantastic affiliate. Boy, we're rounding up the credits over on F&A's Sunday races right now for Dan. I think we're up in that 350 mark with Dan, so we might have to talk to Dan about doing some shopping.
Yeah, see what he's got.
Right. Carl, good to see you, sir.
Uh-oh.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. No problem, G-Paw.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, man.
All right, we had a little input from the back. We lost one, guys. So this is going to be a smaller group than typical, but hopefully G-Paw's feeling better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody hop on. Let us know if you want to hop on.
Yeah, we're going to open up the link. If anybody wants the link, we're going to go up to 3 more people. I know Greg is coming in, or at least that's the last feedback. At some point, he's going to hop in. And we're going to get the debates going. So thank you, everybody that's hanging out. Thank you for swinging in. Let's run the commercials. Let's get into the debate. If you want the link, DM us over on Insta. I'll shoot you over a copy of that link, and we'll get you in here somehow. So, all right. See you on the other side of these guys.
Hey folks, here at The Forge we prioritize promoting people from the community, especially where we see opportunity to share some valuable insights or products with our followers. That is why we are thrilled to have BNS Reptilia as a sponsor. Chris is a fantastic example of bringing value to the community, with years of experience keeping a variety of animals from ball pythons and blood pythons to boas or colubrids and more. Chris brings a wide breadth of knowledge and a collection of beautiful animals. Chris also carries Coco2go and The Chipper, 2 of the highest quality reptile bedding products on the market. If you want to learn more about any of these species, are looking to add to your collection, or in need of some top-notch substrate, please don't hesitate to reach out to Chris at BNS Reptilia. Chris is also a member of a growing community of breeders who accept Forge Coin, so don't forget to show them your Forge Coin.
Listen, everybody says they support disabled veterans, until it's time to actually do something. Last year, through Operation Deeds Not Words, the Fat Man Nation with Green Line Morphs raised $7,200 for disabled veterans and first responders through Camp Freedom. And it proved something important. When this community actually pulls together, we can make a real difference. So this year we're doing it again with Operation Deeds Not Words 2. And our goal this year is $10,000. Same mission, same attitude, just bigger. Camp Freedom provides outdoor adventures like hunting and fishing and just time back in nature for disabled veterans and first responders. Getting them out of clinical settings and getting them back to what really matters in life again. If you want to help us reach that $10,000 goal this year, then head on over to thefatmannation.com and pick yourself up an Operation Deeds Not Words t-shirt or a beanie. Because talking about helping people is easy. Actually doing something about it is what this campaign is all about.
Pet that dog.
Hi. She'll love it.
I want to pet that dog. Can I pet that dog?
Loves it.
Can I pet that dog right now?
My old lady. She's my old lady.
So what's the name on this one, Derek?
Luna.
Luna.
Aw.
Okay.
The only animal
Look
in the house that has a name.
Look at that baby. You're just a baby.
Big old baby.
80 pounds of love. She's daddy's girl, though.
Oh,
Right,
pretty
right.
kitty.
Girl.
Well, we have a shortage. Oh, we're gonna do this. What's this? Got Devin.
This is my cat Spring.
Daddy.
Oh, a calico. Beautiful.
She's an old lady, like 50 years in cat year.
Oh,
What's her name,
man.
Devin?
Spring.
Spring?
Spring. Sweet. All right.
And then she likes to do this.
We got all the fuzzies. Oh, we had Greg for a moment. He'll be back.
I'll be back.
Is he going to
So-
sneak away?
Camera adjustments here.
He's going
All
to get
good,
his
all
horse.
Right. Look at my horse. My
Greg,
horse
get
is
that ready.
amazing. If it turns into that, somebody's getting cut.
That's so
Oh.
funny. I love
Everybody's
when he
got
sings.
jokes. Everybody's got jokes.
So what do we got here, Greg? Since we're doing
That's
pet
not
time.
furry.
It's,
That's not
it's
furry.
a snake.
Oh,
It is
It's okay.
a snake.
It's okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
this is Apache. This is my soul snake. He is when all is wrong in the world, this is the guy I go to.
Nice.
Pretty.
Can tell.
Yeah,
Super
he's just
chill.
a bamboo pinstripe, and yeah, he's been that way from the day I got him. He's just been
Nice.
really chill out.
So
Yeah, right.
this kind of example right here might be an argument for part of what the topic is tonight, right? Like even if you did nothing in the breeding program with this animal, you'd have done everything in your power to make sure that animal thrived, it got whatever it needed to keep it around. And that's going to be one side of the survival of the fittest argument, right? So topic tonight, guys, is like, what do we do with these animals? We're producing a ton of animals unnaturally. Obviously, these pairings aren't going to ever happen unless they're in our tubs, in our collections, in our care, and kind of setting up the scenarios to produce these babies. That automatically kind of instills a little bit of responsibility, and I shouldn't say a little, the majority of the responsibility on us to do with the product of that the most ethical thing we can, right? So ethics, unfortunately, can fall on all different
ethics-
spots in the
ethics-
spectrum. Like,
Definitely.
you know, ethically, what is ethical in those scenarios when you get a result that's not optimal? It's not what any of us wants to see. It's not what anyone would hope for, but it's going to happen. We've seen it. I know Devin's seen it in some of their stuff they've paired. I know Derek and Greg, you've seen it too. We've all had those animals that just don't quite come out like we'd hope. So that's the topic tonight, is like, what do we do in those scenarios? Hopefully all of you guys kind of had a chance. I know, Greg, you were kind of a late ad. I know Devin probably has a billion questions in his brain, and I know Derek thought about it too, but
I didn't think I know this. This is my special.
okay, this is your special. Well,
My thing.
yeah, if that's going to be the case, we'll just set up like we normally do, and we'll do the round robin, and we'll let you kick the show off. I mean, this was your question. We had it in the chat. We had a
Yep.
lot of different suggestions, and I thought it was a great one, so we grabbed it right away. But why don't you kick the show off with what you want to pose as your main question to the group? And let me just do this. We'll switch you over here and
Okay.
let you kind of lay out what your first main topic, I guess, that we're going to kick around.
Why force feed or assist? Force feed sounds kind of mean in a sense, I guess. But why assist feed? Why force feed? What besides to get the animal to eat? Why do it ourselves?
Okay, so that's your main question, is like, what would be a case for doing it at all, right?
Why? Why? Is
Okay.
it value of the animal? Is it the genetics of the animal? Is it you just want it to thrive? Because when you go back and look at it, if it was in the wild, regardless of the genes or the value, if it didn't want to eat, it's not going to eat in the wild. And there's no helping hand out there to be like, all right, here's a credit card, open your mouth, shove this down there, and swallow.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
why.
So you want to hear what an argument might be for doing it in the first place. We're going to go bottom up. Greg, we'll start with you. Go from the bottom up on this first round.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of how it works. We're just going to throw one of us in there and address
Throw
the
me
question,
under the bus.
right? Yeah.
I guess I ride a little differently on this than most. We are producing animals in an unnatural environment. We are forcing pairings in an unnatural way in the way that we do things. We are not providing these animals with the things that they would naturally find when they would hatch in the wild. So with that in consideration, I feel that we owe it to these animals to give them every opportunity to thrive. We're not able to provide them what they would normally find, even down to the type of food that they would be able to find. We're not able to give them that. So what we're giving them is the closest thing that we can come up with. I personally feel that I owe it to each and every one of the animals that I cause to be produced to ensure that it gets every chance that it can have. Yes, in the wild, maybe that snake wouldn't eat, or maybe it would eat. We don't know. But I do know this: I have it in an unnatural environment. These animals in my house are born in a sterile environment, and it's not natural to them. It's not what they would normally find. So for an animal that depends solely upon their natural instinct to hatch in that environment, that's not providing them the best possible chances that we can.
Yeah, I got you. So you just feel like it's a sense of responsibility. You brought
100%.
it into the world. You got to give it the best shot you can. Granted that we don't have a perfectly natural environment, and I get that. I get that 100%. It's a good argument. Devin, that means you're up.
Am I allowed to rebuttal that?
Yes.
Or wait
Rebuttal.
Do you want me to wait till the end? I can wait till the end.
Nope. No, you can rebuttal it.
All right. So, Greg, I like your answer. It's amazing, especially like it all being natural. But naturally, like your food thing, correct. We don't feed. If anybody knows what ball pythons mainly eat besides rats in Africa, a main source of their food is gerbils. That's their go-to. That's where gerbils are from. That's what they eat. They smash them. But nobody really has gerbils anymore to do that. But for you to say we have them in an unnatural environment, in a sense, we have them in a better environment, in my opinion, then they have better odds here with us of hatching and doing things and eating than they do in the wild because they get a constant food supply. Now, the ones that do come out that don't want to eat, it's not like we null them off right away. We do, a lot of us do everything. We offer multiple types of food, whether it's rats, mice, ASF. That don't
Quail,
work. Quail,
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we take them for car rides, and that helps.
right.
It works. It's crazy, but it
Sometimes.
works.
For car ride.
It works. We change tubs.
Yeah.
They go from a bigger tub to a smaller tub, or they go from a smaller tub to a bigger tub, or
You give them a
tubs
hide.
are already all blacked out. We still add hides to give them that security to hide, and they stick their head out. Then they want to eat something that's coming into their second safe zone, in a sense. Like, we do everything above and beyond to offer them a meal for them to eat on their own.
Sure.
But
So you're saying in rebuttal that we are giving them all of the things they would encounter plus options, right?
Correct.
So that's like your rebuttal. Okay.
Can I counter rebuttal that briefly?
Yeah. I knew we would get some of these. That's perfect, though. It's perfect.
The animals in my house are born in a refrigerator or an old drink cooler. That's not how they're born in the wild, okay? They're born in a sterile tub. They are born in an environment that provides light and unusual vibrations and noises that they are absolutely not going to find in the wild. In the wild, these animals are born underground. They're born in a hole. They're born where it's dark and damp and quiet. We cannot say that we are necessarily providing them a better environment. Maybe it's better for us because we have more control over our success rate with the hatching of the animals, simply because we're better able to better control the humidity and temperatures involved.
They have better opportunities with us.
I don't know that. I've never lived the life of a snake, so I can't. I can't say.
Yeah, hard to say, right? So
Yeah.
both are valid without knowing the truth. All right, Devin, what would you say?
I got a lot to say, and I kind of agree with parts of both arguments that have been made so far.
Okay.
So I'll say this: at the very beginning, I was more towards Greg's side thing. It started with I had a blackhead, acid, Mojave, or lesser, double-head DG clown female that I had assist fed for 5 months. Died. After that, extreme meals are done. But here's just my thoughts on it. My thoughts is, yes, we have these animals in a natural environment, but I feel like this is a tiered issue, whereas we don't let the mothers incubate naturally. We cut, and animals, in my opinion, these animals that are not eating were never meant to live. And that might sound harsh, but how many of these animals that we have issues eating would have hatched on their own naturally, would have incubated successfully if the mothers were let to incubate them? We play God. I'm a believer in Darwinism. I'm a believer in survival of the fittest. Essentially, by doing what we do, we throw all that out of the riddle. And you could say, yes, we're obligated because we breed and we raise these animals. But in a sense, I think down the road, we're going to come to a crossroad where, because we perpetuated so many animals with so many weak genetics, you're going to start having people making clutches where all the animals died because you're breeding a weak genetic animal to another weak genetic animal that wasn't meant to survive, wasn't meant to live. And
Yeah, absolutely valid, Devin. So you're making the argument on both sides, really. You're kind of saying to Greg, hey, yes, I understand that these aren't in a natural environment, but at the same time, a lot of these, if you look at a actual successful hatch count in the wild, is it even close to ours? Probably not. And maybe for good reason, right? Like maybe some of those ones that we incubate and we have that perfect incubation for survive, and in the wild they wouldn't even come out of the egg, right? So are we comparing oranges to apples kind of a scenario, right?
Well, like what you just said, John, we're not naturally, this would naturally happen in the wild when what we're producing at home with all these genetics and us finding these morphs and putting them together, we're mixing to try to find the best thing. And like Devin said, you can be putting two weak genes together and you're going to get an animal that's just not meant to thrive. But then you got somebody that wants to just take a rat pinky and force it down his throat. And like, I mean, I don't like nothing forced in my mouth by any means.
Pause.
Oh, come on now.
That's not what I heard.
Unless it's beer. But
That's not what I heard. That wasn't what I heard at all.
Hey, what you heard and what we know are two different things. But it's just it's unnatural in a sense to force feed anything in a sense, and
The entire process is unnatural, though.
We're just
Yeah.
playing God, bro. It's just
Yeah.
we're
not
playing
playing
God.
God.
I mean,
It's playing Mother Nature. That's not
To
God,
Devin's
Mother
to
Nature.
Devin's point, we bring these eggs in, and we move the eggs after they're laid. We cut the eggs. How do we know that when we're cutting the eggs, that we haven't shocked the system of the snake to, cause it to be reluctant to continue with its natural activities.
Right.
Um,
yeah. Any step
There's
in
breeders. Look
Yeah.
at Patrick from Florida Bred. He, maternal incubates. He lets them hatch on their own. He don't cut it. That man has never made an egg cutting video, like ever.
there. Yep. True.
He
True.
lets them all just come out on their own, and he has no issues. Like, and the ones that don't eat, they don't eat. I don't see, like, he's tried to assist feed some, and they still end up dying.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think there's all different
And-
reasons why it doesn't succeed, but the original question and the one at hand right on this round is, what is the argument to attempt it in the first place?
I have
right?
something to
So-
add real quick. I just think we spend so much time focusing on the external appearance of the genetics that we work.
Yes, we do.
We don't care enough about the internal thing. I've heard from a bunch of reputable breeders that when you get, like, for example, this is just something I've heard consistently. When you get a bunch of females that are genetically stacked, a lot of these females aren't laying big clutches. A lot of these females, well, it's a thing that we don't know internally what these genes are doing. We don't know the effects we are causing. We're only on the outside looking in, so to speak.
Right.
We only
Well,
know.
and
100%.
we tend to, as designer breeders, I'll say, breed excluding normals from our breeding stock when possible, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing when we do that? Just like you said, I mean, we're taking a bunch of broken genes and breeding them in animals that, though we're producing beautiful animals that seem to do well, they seem to thrive, but like you said, under the skin, what are we doing when we're eliminating the normals? Are we breaking the genetics that would otherwise be made stronger by a normal being included in the breeding stock? Should we be outcrossing to normals on a regular basis to ensure the health of the animals?
Greg, you got an amazing point, and how you're stroking your snake. It's kind of turning me on.
Hey.
All right.
But
So
that's
yeah,
why.
let's round it back because we're getting into some other people's questions because these are touching on a lot of things that everybody else is going to ask.
It's a
So
touchy
Jay's
subject.
going to answer for the Forge team. What would be an argument? Because the original question was, what would be an argument to do the assist feeding if that were to arise? Is there a good reason to do it, or is there not?
Yeah, so I would say, with what everybody said, I agree with parts of everything. I would say that there is a reason, but it's limited, I'll just give you my take on it. 6 seasons of eggs and babies. I've never had one die. Never had a baby die. I've never assist fed more than 3 times, but I have assist fed quite a few of them, like 3, maybe 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And those snakes have all developed and grown to thrive. Now, the question on this, I think where everybody's kind of leading, is that by doing that, though, have I now taken a baby that is weaker for some reason, and now I'm proliferating that throughout, future clutches?
Whatever it's going to produce, yep.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess I don't know the answer to that. That could happen, but the way I look at it is kind of with what Greg was saying. I don't know the reason that those snakes didn't eat right away. 8, a clutch of 8 babies, 7 ate fine, 1 didn't want to eat. I assist fed twice, and then it ate like crazy. So was there just something that wasn't being triggered that natural in nature would have been triggered for that baby because it didn't have quite as strong of a natural reflex, to eat? I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I feel like I kind of agree with Greg. I think we do have some responsibility to at least do an attempt in case there's something simple that we're just missing, and you get that thing to eat a couple times and it's like, oh, here we go, we're eating, everything's good. I would not continue to do that for months on end. at some point you have to go, okay, this thing, there's something wrong with this snake, and at this point it's almost cruelty after a point anyway. And I think at that point you have to stop. But I fortunately haven't gotten to that point. So
I
that's my take.
I have something that I want to add. Like I agree with you completely. Like regardless of like one's opinions of it, we are obligated. I feel like we are able to at least try. Like again, I have a strikes you're out thing. I'll try to assist feed 3 times, and if it just doesn't, like, I'll assist feed and then I'll offer, and if it feeds, I'll assist feed again and then I'll offer. After the
Yep.
third time, it's just done. And here's a lot of things. It's not always the eating thing that's an issue for these hatcheries. Sometimes, and with a few, some of them don't drink. Some of them some of them
Yes.
die of dehydration. Like there's so
100,
many.
100%. We've had a couple scenarios where they refuse to take water.
Yeah.
And it's like there is something internally
Wrong.
wrong with that animal, and
Yeah.
you do run into those roadblocks, right? So
I
I want to
feel-
address this though, guys, because this might have a little bit to say on what's going on. It may or may not, right? Because all of us do this differently. But basically, the question is, during the incubation process, when are you allowed to cut the eggs? Well, that's a judgment call 90% of the time.
I
Typically,
cut
you
an egg
know
on day
you're...
one
Yeah, right.
by accident and put a little tape on there, and that thing was good to go. It hatched.
Yes, and that has happened. We've heard stories of people cutting like 3 weeks too early and go, oh no, seal it back up and the thing hatches fine, right? But
3 weeks too early? How do you
Oh,
cut
yeah.
3 weeks too early?
Billy at Mutation Creation actually last Monday told that story again, but he cut it like 26 days or something crazy.
Just
can
grabbed
see
the
that.
wrong tub.
He grabbed the wrong
wrong
one and the label got swapped, and as soon as he cut, he was like, well, this isn't good. So he sealed it back up and it went full term and was fine, according to his story and whatnot. So it could happen, but
I'll
yeah,
answer
when
it.
you're...
No, my bad.
Go ahead, Devin. You can answer, yeah.
I'll answer that. Like, at least for me, like, we incubate at 89.5 to 90 degrees. I cut day 50. Every time. Every clutch that I've cut on this channel, every day I cut it has always been day 50. And I have not lost a single thing. A lot of people be, oh, day 50, that's so terrible.
I'm curious why you cut so soon.
Yeah, why?
They're just so simple. It goes based off how sunken in they are. Like when at day 50 for our incubators, for some reason they're always just like super sunken in, super well, and then they're out like 3 days later.
Yeah.
So
you
Patrick-
incubate like I do, Devin. I'm up around the 90 degree too, and they do develop faster when you.
I'm doing that this season. I'm above 90 this season. First time doing this. And the eggs are looking great. They're doing wonderful right now. But something Dragon Soul taught me, Patrick, is his first clutch of every season. He lets that go until he gets a pip. Once he gets that pip, that's the day he starts looking at all the other clutches, whether he needs to cut or not. And I think that is an ingenious, smart way of looking at it.
So
Because you know how long term your first clutch is going to go, and you can base it off that. Like you know
Yeah.
you're good either way. I think that's amazing.
we used to look at day 54, day 55, and cut at day 55.
Yeah.
I am no longer continuing with that process. Now I wait until I see a pip from one of them, and then I'll cut all of them in that clutch.
Yep.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
I know
wait for the
that
pip.
if one's ready to pip, my reason for cutting is we've had a couple that were born without an egg tooth, and don't want to take a loss to something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Also, we're adding all these genetics we add to the snakes. They may need to cook longer than something that's a simple 1 gene, 2 gene animal, to where you got 5, 6, 7 genes packed in this thing on top of recessives. It may,
For sure.
Or they may need to be cut, like Greg's saying, because they don't develop
Yeah,
the tooth.
but Greg-
because of the weird mix.
True.
Yeah.
Greg just said exactly what I've been talking about. I had a whole like rant about this. Like
if you check your eggs, you can see where they're swiping to try to get out.
Yeah,
And
you can see it.
the
Yeah.
fox is saying no, you can't get out, and then you got to cut.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
So, Jamie, or I'm sorry, Jason, you were saying that you've been breeding 6 years and have not lost a snake.
That's
Not
impressive.
lost a single baby.
That's an impressive statement.
Impressive.
Yeah.
At what point when do you introduce food to your hatchlings?
So they come out. I've changed that as we've gone along, but right now what I do is once they hatch, they stay in the incubator together, just in there. And then once they shed, they come out and they go into their tubs. I still put them on paper towels, and then they'll, basically after shed that week, whenever my feedings align up, so it may be 3 days after they shed, it may be a full week after they shed.
Okay.
But basically right after the shed, I try.
Okay. So
Yep.
we were doing the same thing. We leave them in the incubator until they shed, and we were introducing food, right after they shed. Right after they shed, we'd separate them, and then feed them. Recently, we've been waiting, and we'll wait until a week after they're shed to try to introduce food, and have had a much higher success rate by doing that than we have feeding earlier. So allow that animal to feel hunger for the first time. Allow that egg yolk to, for them to eliminate all of that in their system, and they seem to be a lot more aggressive with the feeding.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I would
and
agree
I was
with
going
that,
to
though.
add in there. Yeah, I was going to add in too, like Jamie and I on our side had some issues early on. First couple seasons, we had a lot of animals that didn't want to take after that first shed.
Yeah.
But we've swapped to putting in their bedding, what we use for their substrate. Currently it's cypress, was coco, and we've had different substrates, but put those babies on that. When they escape the egg, put them on that. Wet it down really good, keep it humid, get them used to that natural smell that they're going to be in when you separate into those tubs. And we've gone over that week. We don't even attempt it in that first week because Jason does his thing on his side. Jamie and I have our separate side.
Yeah.
But we've found far higher success rates waiting a full week, if not a couple days extra, to that next feeding after that first shed. But on that bedding from minute one, like when they leave that egg, we don't leave them in that sterile tub with the swill and the mess from the eggs. We get them onto that bedding that they're going to get used to going forward. We've had far fewer issues. But speaking a little bit to what you're saying, Greg, like, are we not giving them natural cues to kick in that instinct to eat? Like, if they're born into plastic or born into something that's totally foreign, maybe that's missing from their instinct cue.
Well, and I
eating,
have
you know?
an example that we started, something that we started doing that has also had some positive results, is a lot of times we'd find that we would put a hopper in. We start with mouse hoppers, and we put a hopper in with the snake, and the snake is just overwhelmed because everything about that animal in there is new. The smell is new, and sometimes they just back away and hide from it because they're unsure of what it is. Whereas if we take a little bit of rat bedding and put it in the incubator while those animals are in there, so they can assimilate themselves to that smell and begin to, get used to that smell.
That's what I
It
do.
seems to work really well.
Yeah, but couldn't
Nice,
that work
okay.
against you too, though? Because they could get used to that smell and think it's something natural instead of unnatural, where they don't want to strike it. Obviously, it's working for you, but
The answer to that question is I guess so, but that has not been the case.
Right? Like, how do we know?
Everything. I mean, look, we all know that every one of these animals has a completely individual personality. I'm not saying that one of them won't be a little Riri and can't seem to figure that out. But to be honest, it has worked very well for us. And I've talked to several other breeders, Devin. I know KG has done it some. Wiz swears by it now.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. Sorry, go ahead, Devin.
We do it the exact same way. We use ASF bedding, we put it in the incubator, and then right after it's shed, a few days later, we offer ASF hopper, and they take it almost every time.
Yeah.
It's just I think you gotta think about it. In the wild, when these animals are to hatch, the first thing they probably smell are probably a bunch of different animals, a bunch of different things. Like in a sterile environment, you don't get a lot of smells. They don't get used to anything. But I wanted to go back on something that Greg said earlier, and I think I had this rant. With you a while back about the egg tooth thing, because that was another thing that I think that we've kind of missed as we do what we do with the cuttings. That, like, I think that's a genetic thing. I've had a lot of animals that I produce that don't have egg tooth. When you're cutting clutches, what you do is you're like animals that don't have an egg tooth that naturally would not hatch because they don't have.
And I was thinking about that, and honestly, I'd never paid attention to what the morphs of the animals were that didn't have the egg tooth, but maybe that's something that's worth paying attention to. Maybe one of these morphs that we're breeding has a chance of producing an animal without that, and maybe that's something that we need to be paying attention to and be aware of.
Could definitely be the case. Yeah, nobody ever talks about that. So,
well, and think about in talking about their natural environment versus what we do. There are a lot of times taking over a rodent den to have their eggs. I mean, they're moving into a rodent den that already smells 100% like rodents when they hatch. That's all they smell, right?
Yeah,
like
perhaps there's a reason for that. Maybe
exactly. Yeah, that's a good point to the natural side
to bring them into that. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say.
I mean, you can't argue.
Throw some rat bedding in my incubator tomorrow.
Right.
Well, for example,
yeah.
So we cut a clutch 2 weeks ago, 2.5 maybe. TJ just night before last tried to feed that clutch, and because that was the first clutch that we had in the incubator, we hadn't put the rat bedding in the incubator yet, and we only had one animal out of 7 that actually took the rat. Several of them killed it but didn't eat it, but we only had one that was a successful feeding. So before these I've got another clutch that should be hatching on the 6th, so I'll grab some rat bedding and put in there and see if we see a difference with those animals.
That's another kind of a unique thing too that you talked about, Greg, with the kill. I think a lot of people have that, where the babies will strike and they'll beat the thing to death and then they just leave it. And I've definitely had that, but I've never ever had one of those snakes not eat. Like, I've never had to assist feed. I may have to offer 4 times before they finally actually wrap it and eat it, but they always eat. Yeah,
agreed.
Man, I need to adopt your methods there, Jason, because you got some crazy luck, man. It's impressive. It's impressive.
But
well, and I think what Jason was alluding to is, like, in same record on Jamie and I's side, we don't lose babies. What we have had happen, and this is just out of the blue, a 4-month-old snake that has been doing fine, eating perfect right next to their whole clutch mates. Open the tub and it's dead.
Yep.
And just for no apparent reason, nothing. As far as sign, they were passing their meals, they were getting rid of their water, they shed fine.
Yep.
Unalive the next day, which made 0 sense to us. So we have had that, but not from the specifically starting out of an egg.
These animals are susceptible to illness like any other animal would be. They suffer organ failure and things of that nature.
But like Devin said, we don't know what we're mixing with the genetics and what we're doing. Like, because I did a deal with Sammy, and he was getting a pair of snakes from me that I had. They were almost 2 years old, siblings. It was a redhead, yellow belly calico, 100% double head albino G-stripe, and the male was the same. They were gorgeous. They were almost 2 years old. They were eating no problem. Eating, shitting, pissing, shedding, no issues. We made the deal. He sent me a snake. I had to wait for better weather to send to him. As soon as I got ready to send, the male died. I was like, what the shit? A week later, the female died.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow.
Out of nowhere. And they were huge. Like, and I don't know why. I have no... Like, and it hurt because like the female was gorgeous. Like, the male, he was okay, but the sister got the better looking genes for sure. But it just, I'm like, and I'm kind of glad they died in my care and not as soon as he got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Either way, I'm gonna make it right, but it shows like there was something genetically wrong, in my opinion, with those snakes because they were siblings and they both died a week apart, well over 2 years old.
Yeah.
Well, and if you look at like one of the biggest genes that we breed is albinos, right? But if you look at albinism in other animals, other mammals, other things, there are
Always
so
comes with
many
issues.
physiological changes that occur in that mutation, you know, that cause that animal
To be that.
issues. It's hard to say that we're not creating some type of physical change in the animals that we're creating. And again, that's just more fuel for me to stand on my point. We're creating these animals that, you know, and let's face it, a pied or an albino is not going to survive for very long in the wild simply because of their coloration. They're going to be a target wherever they
I get
go.
a whole clutch of cookies that's all going to be
Sure.
100% pied albinos.
Right.
Well, and
I'm so worried about the clutch, but it's doing good. But like, and I don't mess with albino, but
those, all those genes, you know, they could have things that we have no, like one gene could produce maybe a smaller heart. We don't know because it's never an issue, so it's got a smaller heart. And another gene may cause it to have thicker blood. And you mix those two together, and now you got a small heart with thick blood, and now you've got an animal that has problems, and nobody really understands why. Just, I mean, I don't think that actually happens. Those specific
Yeah, that's
things,
a cartoon example for a great thing, though. That
Why
could
wouldn't
happen,
it, though?
you know.
Why wouldn't it? Why couldn't it happen?
But so like,
No, I mean it could.
Yeah.
so let me like, for example, let's take lavenders, man. A lot of people like lavender or holy grails. There is a ridiculous amount of people that report in these clutches of lavender albinos that they've had whole clutches of lavenders that have no eyes or other things or like other crazy things, and then you got like the spot. I'll say this: I love spinal. I'm in the whole spider complex. Why are we just assuming that the only thing that has eternal issues in the spider complex, spider, when they're all in the same allele?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's
that's-
because that's the only one that's been identified that we can't deny any longer. We can't say, "Oh no, it doesn't." It's there.
It shows up right away too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the issue. The thing, and this is what my just general opinion is. Ethics is a set of rules based on opinion. It's not.
it is.
It's
It is.
ethics only applies when the general consensus says it applies. If the general consensus is this is wrong, then this is wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that is really wrong or not. It's what we think is wrong.
Yeah, what we don't want to confuse is ethics and morality. So those are they're two different things.
Yeah.
Right? So ethics, you're exactly right. Morality, no.
Yeah.
That's outside the lines of
I
that.
know.
So, all right. So we're going to go into round two. We got D's question, which is a fantastic question right out of the gate, which led us into all sorts of. No, it's great. It's perfect how we want these conversations to go. But to get on track, we're going to Devin for question two.
Me a question? Oh, I don't. Okay, I'll say. If it comes that time when you're assist feeding, and the assist feeding's not working, when do you pull the plug per se, and how do you pull the plug per se?
Okay. It's a great question. So you've come to the end of your rope. This is where you've said this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to work. What is your deadline, and what is your method to work around that? Right. All right. That puts Derek on the spot.
Okay.
Got to start from the bottom.
I don't assist feed, so they don't eat. They don't eat. That's my deadline.
I feel it.
Okay. So you're kind of hard nosed on the assist feed. You're just not.
Yeah,
you don't think
I don't
that's part of your
put it
deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have an animal that's not eating, Derek, do you offer more frequently?
Oh yeah, nope. They get the same amount of offerings. It's just when they want to eat. So when I feed generally between Fridays and Sundays. So hatchlings, new hatchlings, especially ones that are eating, they'll get twice a week. Everybody will get that opportunity to eat, and they don't. And I do a thing. A lot of people don't like what I do in a sense where I leave the meals in overnight because I'm feeding, especially with hatchlings, they're getting things that don't have eyes open, they don't have teeth. To my knowledge, they don't have, or they're not very big teeth. They're not trying to chew on the snakes. I leave them overnight. I come down, I check in the morning before I go to work to see who ate, whoever did or didn't. Card gets moved over if they did eat, if they didn't, it stays. I come home from work that day, rodent's still in there, it gets pulled out, then they wait. And then I offer it again the next time I feed. And
Okay.
I stick by it.
Hey, to each their own, and dude, it's
Yep.
your program and your way to do things, and you're doing it in a safe way and giving them the opportunity. So let
Yep.
people
And
do
again,
what they're
and
going to
again,
do.
it's all opinion. So
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
Preferences.
Assist feed. When do you cut it
I'm
off,
answering
and
this
when
one.
don't you?
well, I haven't had to, so I guess I like I said before, I think after 3 assist feeds, if it's still not eating, it's probably time. I haven't had that happen. If I did, I guess we would probably feed it off. I would have a hard time with just letting the thing go and go and go till it just croaks. Especially if it's not drinking. You know, like somebody had mentioned having them where they won't even drink water. At that point, I think it's probably time to do something with it because that's kind of a rough way to go. So
I agree with you on that because I've never had that issue with them not drinking water, or at least
Yeah.
I've never noticed that. They pretty much all do. So that was different to hear tonight. That them not drinking water. It's something I'll look out for more to see if that's the
Yeah.
case.
yep.
Greg is next.
What you got, Greg?
I don't know how to
I-
do this.
You did it.
You did.
There.
You had it.
Okay.
You all know my wife. She is not going to let an animal starve to death if she can help it. So she's going to try until she just can't try any longer. And that's typically what we have done in the past. I mean, we just, again, I feel that we owe these animals every chance, every opportunity that we can give them, simply because of the way that we are causing them to be created or produced. So we've done everything. We have blended mice. We have done the yogurt trick. We have done the what is the
The links, the sausages.
no, we've not done the links because no one's ever had any luck with those with ball pythons I'm aware of.
Never.
But we have done. What is the supplement? There's a
The
supplement.
Da Vinci boa.
No,
Yeah.
we've done Da Vinci boa. That actually we've had good luck with that. But there's I can't think. Was it the carnivore diet or something like that?
Yeah,
It's
the
like powder,
carnivore. Yeah.
and you
Oh,
mix it
yeah.
up,
Yeah.
and like kind of make a smoothie out of that. We've done that with yogurt and had good luck with that.
So let me ask you this, Greg, because we won't get to this other than probably right now. So if you are doing that, I'm just going to give it my all, and I'm going to keep feeding this thing, and we're going to get it on track. So then, what's your take on? Do you breed that animal, or is that now a pet animal that you're going to sell as a pet, or just keep as a pet, or?
It's going to depend upon how that animal does, because we've had some that we've assist fed that have turned beast mode on us and are thriving better than the entire clutch.
Yeah, I've had that too, so I get that totally.
Yeah. And some seem to be a little harder than others. Some animals, some morphs tend to eat better than others.
Yeah.
We've all heard the stories about the puzzles and how well they eat.
Not ours.
Not ours.
No,
Ours are the exact opposite for whatever reason.
really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
everything
you're
else
going to
is
go
fine.
by the individual animal and just go, hey, if this thing turns into a beast and it's thriving, then we'll do whatever with it. But if it
Yeah.
doesn't, then maybe we just look at the pet side.
Yeah. for sure.
Greg, have you ever, after trying all the tricks and everything, it still doesn't eat? Or does it always start to eat after some
Oh no,
time?
we've lost a few.
Okay.
We've lost a few. We've had some that we found. We found one that actually, it appeared that it had drowned itself in its water bowl. I think it was just so weak that it put its head in its water bowl to drink and just couldn't pull its head back out.
Yep.
Whether that was a dehydration problem or a starvation problem, I'm not sure, because the animal just looked like hell to begin with, and was small from the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
this is a
that's
great
the
question.
Yeah, that's the concern, Ella, is that could definitely be the case. And I would say, what do you think, John? I mean, in our history, the ones where we've had the assist feed a few times, I would say that does tend to kind of run in the line. But
Yeah, what I will say is that the same animals seem to, at least in our experience, produce those babies.
yeah,
So, like, we'll have, in our bigger years, we'll have 14 to 20 clutches. The same mother or father, it could be either side, but the clutches that come from one of those two parents, if they are the issue, seem to be the same clutches every year. So if one of those was involved, it does tend to be that parentage that's creating the issue clutch. Same incubator, same time frame, same treatment coming from the egg to the, their grow out bin, whatever the case, all of that's handled identical, and the only commonality is either the patronage or the dam side of it. So I do see a little bit of a correlation, and I won't say causation, because who the heck knows, right? It could be just a limited number of clutches, but it does seem to be the same
So this
adults
is
that
where
are
it's
causing the
breeding
same offspring.
Yeah.
It seems to be genetic. It doesn't seem to be happenstance or just by chance. It seems to be coming from one side or the other.
Nope.
guess is what I'm
I
getting
am not assist feeding that.
I agree. I was on to answer this. Like, I just showed you that all genera hit today. If that don't eat, I'm not. If that don't eat, I'm not. I'm giving it 3 strikes and then it's out.
I've had several, I'm pretty sure world's first, that have died on me because they don't eat. And I don't assist feed them. Like, and they're bangers. They're amazing looking. Like, but I just, nope. It's not,
Yes.
I don't put a price tag. Not saying that that's what you're saying, but I don't put a price tag on the animal.
Agreed.
100%.
Offer to feed it.
Like what's the name said? It's a moral for me. Like, I would be a hypocrite if I told you right here, right now, oh, if it's an all genera, I'm definitely going to try to keep it alive.
Right.
I agree with
But
you.
I mean, you do hear that though in the group chats and stuff jokingly, but I think the real issue with it is that there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of those scenarios out there where it was the banger in the clutch. It was fed, it was propped up, it was, gotten to the point where it can now be marketed. And I think a ton of that is flowing out into the breeding population without anyone's knowledge. I think there's a pile of that going on because, and I won't point at a particular finger or scenario, but we've gotten into those situations where we get a beautiful animal. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. We have 200 plus animals here that are doing just fine. We get this animal in and nothing we can do will make this animal do anything correct.
Yeah.
It won't eat. It won't sit still in its tub. The water bowl is full to the brim for a week at a time. Like, nothing about the scenario is working out.
But
I don't know what special sauce they had, but it doesn't work on the other 200 animals that are there.
But
This
it's
one is
crazy
the standout.
when I've hatched out bangers that die from not eating, I don't even get mad when they die. I don't, like, it does not faze me at all. I have no problem just throwing it into the woods or throwing it in the trash,
I'd be so disappointed, man.
I'm not,
Yeah, me too.
because it makes me I look at it, I'm like, all right, I got to change something in the genetics in order to correct this. That's how I look at it, and that's what I work on and to make it better so I don't have to do that again. Does it suck? 100%. But I don't beat myself up over it. I don't get mad about it. It's an animal that I didn't spend thousands of dollars on to get, and I can make it again. Just have to change something in it for it to do better.
Sure.
The Adam
So let's.
Okay, hold on.
Oh no, I was going right back to you anyway, Devin. It was your question, but we all touched on like how hard will you try, how far will you go with it, but we never got to the resolution. Like when it comes to the end of that road, what is the solution for you? And we'll kind of go up the chain, like how we handle that.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. Like I guess you say, like, at least me and I, we've become so desensitized to the act of culling and putting, like, because when you work with rodents as much, you become desensitized to that aspect of taking life, in a sense. So, like, if an animal gets to that end of the road to me, like, I give it to a king snake. I give it to a king snake, or I sell it to a snake. I sell it to a snake. I got a guy, I'm beyond. Like, I got a guy here that has a lot of snake eaters. I sell everything that doesn't thrive to that person. $10 a piece. It's just what we do. It's the reality that people don't want to talk about. Like, you wonder what people do with, like, the failures drives and the normal hatchlings and the whatnot. You sell them to snake eaters.
Yeah. Well, and that we touched on it a little bit before we went live too, and people are gonna piss and moan and they're gonna cry about that scenario, but they'll go grab 6 live rats from their feeder bins and bring them in for their snakes. There is no real difference in the two, so I understand both sides. I get it, and I don't see anything inherently wrong with what you're saying, Devin. So you don't have to be defensive or feel like you got to defend that. I don't see anything wrong with that scenario.
In my opinion, you can't criticize me for doing that if you feed live rats.
Well, 100%, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
All the time. That's my feeding, live rats.
Yeah.
all right. So, Greg, you said you guys are going to like the world's end, which I totally get, to try to keep these things alive. But what happens when it just doesn't work? I mean,
I have a king snake for a reason.
Okay. So very similar, yeah.
To be honest, I mean, when you look at some of the other methods that people use to euthanize their animals, I personally find that the king snake is probably the fastest.
It's pretty fast,
and most natural of those options. For me, sticking the snake in the freezer, that's not an option for me, because that animal is, who knows what kind of excruciating pain that animal's in for the hours that it takes for it to freeze. Yeah. Gassing doesn't work with snakes. Their metabolism is such that they don't require oxygen as much as most animals do. So I can tell you that with the king snake, it happens very quickly. And usually, honestly, by the point that we're euthanizing an animal in that way, it is already so weak that it can barely hold itself up on its own.
Sure. Yeah, and that's just a much quicker end than hours of fighting that. So
yeah,
100%.
Yeah. See, I just want to add on what Greg said. Like, I disagree with the freezing thing. I disagree with like anyone who does that, because I used to be very. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but there was a big thing a few years ago by a guy who said, because his boas weren't selling Morph Market, he was just throwing them in the freezer. And I used to be really like big buddies with this guy. And after that, I stopped doing business with him completely, because that disgusted me. Like,
there are some truly shitty people in this industry.
Yeah.
And
100%. In the industry, let's be clear though, in all industries.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
yes.
Just shitty people in general.
Mm-hmm. But people
Jason, you put them out on the porch and you get a block, right? You get a cement block.
Yeah, I do the old block. Try to make sure it lands flat. But I was gonna say, Aurora said, "Yeah, Cobra's got to eat too," and that's a fact. I mean, that's where a lot of the ones you sell go.
But, Cobra
Personally,
food.
I'm just going to stick with the king snake because I really don't want to deal with cobras at all. So,
Hey, tarantulas will do it too.
well,
100%.
Ooh, that's
Monitors.
crazy. Okay.
So
wow, I did not
monitors.
know
They will
that.
suck the life out of a snake. They will eat on it for days, and they will feed off it. And it's I mean, it's cool. It's pretty stinky.
I was just say I don't want to smell that.
It's pretty stinky, but I mean, it feeds that animal for days, and you got to take it out and throw it away. But
Sure.
you want to
Okay.
you want to utilize what you can. I mean, it's. I don't know if I've done it or not, but just saying.
So I'll say this: I've sold to tegu, people who feed them to their tegus, people who feed them to their monitors, people who feed them to again cobras. Mainly cobra people are the ones that I sell to.
Yeah.
But like a
Yeah,
lot of things.
cobras and king snakes and even some bull snakes, right? Will do the
Yeah,
same. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
All kinks. It said all corn snakes are king snakes, but not all king snakes are corn snakes. Is what they say.
Greg, I want to
Right.
be your snake right now. You're just caressing it. So nice.
You know what? If I loved you like I do the snake, I would stroke you too. It's not happening.
Hey, yeah,
Let's go. I'm gonna put that on the
Alright.
shirt with a picture of you. If I loved you like my snake, I'd stroke you.
All right. Down to Jay's question now. I mean, we're at the end of the scenario here, but we're going to continue to talk. We've had some other people kind of pipe in on the sidelines. I'm working with Val. Val has a clutch to cut, so he said I could come on and cut it. We might do that with Val if he still wants to jump on.
let's do it.
Is this the wrap up question?
This is the last official question. Then we're just going to mull this whole thing over. Yeah.
So I'm going to go, I think I'll go to all the steps. What I'd like to know, I'm just curious as to what all the steps are that people do. So I know, like Derek says, I'm not assist feeding, but there's got to be other steps you're doing.
Yeah.
Besides just throw it in a tub and keep trying to, put rats in there. What else do you do when they're not eating? What other steps do you try before you're either saying I'm done or I'm assist feeding?
So I
Alright.
offer them every type form of food in the sense of something furry that I can get my hands on that I produce myself. So whether it's rats, mice, or the forbidden fruit of the rodent world that we're not supposed to have in Georgia, we'll call those field mice right now.
Saharan field mice.
Those, I do car rides, I change tub sizes, I go through everything I can to get them to eat. I even take away their water. Now, it sounds mean, but I'll take their water away for 48 hours, and then put it back in, let them drink, then offer a meal, because they're like, oh, food or liquid, let me go drink. All right, what's this? Let me eat this. And sometimes that works, sometimes I still get the same results. So I do weird shit just to, I give them every opportunity to eat without me having to force some meat down their throat, because like I said, I don't want nothing forced down my throat, and I don't think they really enjoy that. It's so much stress on the animal because you're opening their mouth, you're unhinging their jaws for them, especially if it's something they've never done before, and you're making them do that on the first time, and it sets it up for a plethora of failures of them not wanting to eat or do it again and just keep resisting. So
Sure. Yeah, the shock and all of that, the stress from that might
holding
be
them behind
the
the back of
reverse.
the head
you know?
and shoving something down their throat.
Yeah.
But I give them, to Jason's question, I give them at least 10 different kind of ways for them to eat on their own. Even making them skip if I feed, because when I feed, all my snakes, they eat great. They know, because they're all at the front of the tub, nose rubbing, ready, like coming out the tub, like open the tub, they're out with their mouths open, going like this, like
Yeah.
going ham, like, and I let them experience that too, where they can sense all the food, but they're not getting none. All right,
Yeah.
so then the following feeling like, all right, what's this coming to my? Let me be a little more aggressive. Let me try to eat this. and it works, but not all the time. I don't have your luck of never losing a baby.
Well, you're that's pretty thorough, though. I mean, you do try a lot of different things. So
I do, just not
Yep.
force feeding. That's the only thing. Or assist feeding. Force feeding sounds mean. You know, it's 2026. People get offended by saying certain words, so we'll say assist feeding.
Yes, yes.
Well, and for the record, ball pythons get a bad rap of not eating or going off food, but getting them started, there are so many other species that are worse than ball pythons to get started.
Green trees.
So yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes talking to some of these GTP guys, they can help you out a lot with different ideas of things to try.
I like that you said that, Greg, because like there's so many breeders that say, "Oh, my females go off food when they're gravid." None of my females go off food when they're gravid. They
Mine do.
eat. I have snakes eat and lay a clutch the same day they eat.
wow.
But I don't
Yeah,
offer oversized males. My snakes get like the biggest male, even my 5,000 grams females. The biggest male they get is a medium rat. That's it. Other than that, everybody gets smalls and weens. But it's weekly or every other week. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 feedings in that week on that same day. If I got extras left over and they want to take it, but I never have females go off food. And when I sell adult females, customers call me back or write me like, "Your girl eats while gravid. Your girl she laid eggs and ate today." And I go, "That's how I feed. That's because I don't overfeed them. I don't. If you feed them too big a meals too often, they're gonna get obese."
They're going to get backed
Yeah.
up. Besides, they're not
Yeah.
going to process correctly.
But that's pretty amazing to me. You were talking about not ever losing one, but I don't. We scan. We're always scanning the snakes, and I would say very consistently about the 30 range. They all of my females stop eating.
Yeah,
Everyone.
ours too.
They just will
I-
not fucking eat.
They're
Yep.
done.
I got
And that's usually
now
how we
about-
know to start looking for the shed to come.
Ovulation. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Devin, you talked about 3 attempts. You got 3 attempts in there for this assist feed, so you've done that. You get to your 3rd attempt, right? You hit attempt number 3, and you have to assist feed again. What are you doing on number 4? When you say, "Okay, I'm done."
I'm introducing it to our Florida Brooks king snake.
Right? I mean, I do get that. I understand, but what are your methods for eliminating the fact that this thing just isn't going to eat?
To be honest, what we do is we don't assist feed just one thing. What we like is we'll assist feed two smaller things to try to give it time to give it enough strength to hopefully eventually it'll just you know what, I want to eat, I want to do this, so we'll get for example, we'll get a small ASF, we'll get ASF pink, and we'll assist feed it, but then right as it's eating that, we'll put the head of another ASF pink at the bottom of that one so that it'll continue, it'll keep eating, it'll keep
Pulling the
eating,
nutrients out.
it'll put another one in.
So like human centipede style.
I was just thinking that same thing. Wow.
Wouldn't that be too much for a snake that hasn't eaten yet, and you're giving it twice the amount of food?
It depends on how big the hatchling is.
You got a bigger chance of regurg or not processing it all, or regurging 3 or 4 days later. And if they regurg, what I've learned, if they regurg after 3 days of eating their meal, they're not eating another meal after that.
It
depends upon how much energy it's going to take for that snake to process that meal.
Yeah.
So if that meal is so small that it's going to take it more energy to process that meal or to digest that meal than that meal is going to give it, then yeah, you absolutely follow up with another. And this, we've done it the same manner that Devin just described, and it's worked pretty well.
And I think when we're talking pinks, we're probably viewing a lot of different size in pinks.
Yeah.
Like some pinks
I
are
was gonna ask,
tiny. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a flap
Feed
of skin,
pink.
you know.
Yeah, like jelly
Well, he
beans
said-
or Red Hots.
Yeah,
the
Devin said
ASF
ASF,
is
and that's pretty small.
Yeah.
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 It also depends on the hatchery size. Or we've had some like ones that had trouble that were like 12 grams, and we've had to do like rat tails.
Yeah.
Rat tails.
Rat tails works. So Mike, 21st Century, he assist feeds, and when he does assist feeding, he assist feeds only rat tails, not the rat body, just the tails, and gets them to eat, and then they get on food, which I think is really cool. It's less stress in the sense of it's a smaller male, it's slimmer, easier to go down, and they take it, which is pretty neat.
And
We had a corn snake that we got that we had to actually cut the legs off of the rats and feed them one leg at a time to get them to take it.
and to speak on like what so about GTP, like sometimes we've done things that has success that people think like with the GTPs do, like they do like chicken gizzards.
Yep.
And a lot of people, it works. It's just
But you gotta be careful. The chicken gizzards are super fatty.
They are very fatty, yeah.
Super fatty.
But if you have an animal that hasn't eaten and you're trying to get some nutrition to it,
Correct.
that's
Yeah.
it's ideal.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, just chicken breast. You can take some chicken breast and cut it into small slivers. If you can get it to take that, get that into it. Anything you can get into that animal to give it some nutrition so that it can
all my
digest
snakes
a meal.
chicken breasts, I wouldn't breed rats. It'd be so much cheaper to buy packs of chicken breasts.
So I
True story.
try all the things. I try all,
Eat it or anything.
I try all these things, and if none of these things work, I don't really have emotion to the act of doing it. It's just another, like, I love these animals, don't get me wrong, but like if I do what we do what we gotta do, and it's not like it's. Like I said, I've become desensitized to the act of taking that. Not like in
Man,
not
it's an ice cold murder.
I was just saying, I've become desensitized.
Sociopath breeder over here.
I've become desensitized to the act of euthanizing and like killing like the because it's what we do every day. It's what we do. We feed living things fairly. We kill other living things to feed.
Okay,
the
Dexter,
other
we're
living
picking up what you're putting down.
So it's like,
I want to see Devin's bill for fucking Polly. If he's just got a
Duct tape.
yeah, I got a $400 bill for Polly. He's just stretching out around the whole house. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's a harsh reality that we all started very squeamish to, I'm going to assume, because it's not part of what you would do in daily life. But as you approach these things and you have to look that in the eye, you literally, and with us breeding rats, it's something we look at every week. Jamie and I are out there cleaning them. They're cute as hell. Some of these rats are cute as hell, and they got
How
a
many
great
did I
personality.
hold back today?
Jamie will, she'll shuffle some to the side that are never going to see a snake, and some of it. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a food source, right? But you can't really view it truly any differently than that rack of ribs you have in the freezer, or those eggs you have, on shelf 2, or the dairy that's sitting on shelf 3. All of these things are processes for what we're trying to accomplish, and it is. Are we shortcutting natural processes in life? Yes, absolutely. But it's all things that are going to propel one life form over another, and you can't devalue one to the value of another. You just have to view it that way. So I think that's the big hurdle, right? You get these snake people that they're intrinsically drawn to snakes, they're attached to snakes, they love, and that's fantastic. But you can't say that the value of that animal is going to completely void and null the way you would treat the opposite scenario. You're feeding that snake every week another life form. You just don't value that life form as much, right? So if we get all of these on the same page and we level out the entire playing field, it starts to make a little more sense.
I don't know.
What you're saying is we should just feed them.
Hey, if you want to, hey, real quick though, if you want to compare me to a serial kid, don't compare me to Dexter. At least be like the guy, the guy with the guy with the bob cut from No Country for Old Men, the one with
No,
the.
you're the dark
the
passage. You're the dark passage. We'll just call you the dark passage.
Oh,
It's like hey, flip a coin. Heads you live, tails you die.
I could see that snake trying to flip the coin with its tail. It's
I
like,
gotta
come on, man.
Because I value my rodents 1,000
Right.
times because what I put into them is what gets put into my snakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
My rodents, I mean, they got their own vegetable garden, and I pick and feed them with as their treats throughout the week. So,
Yeah.
it's it's what you put in is what comes out in a sense.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the whole point, right, too, Derek? It's like I think we're too hard on this topic for that reason, because if
Yeah.
you look at it across the board, you're going to have to do those things to support some other facet of all of this. So you can't judge this so harshly. You can't
You can't
just browbeat someone.
us humans, as an example, we get older and we're like, all right, we have to start counting our calories so we don't
Right.
get ginormous.
Who does that?
We want to be healthier. We want to live longer. We watch what we eat. So why not? We got to do the same shit, but we feed our animals because we got to not necessarily count the calories, but you don't want to feed your rats fucking dye drug food that's like got dyes in it and all that shit, and you don't know where it's made from, and then. Yeah, they're getting huge. They're producing a lot, but why are they so big so quick? Why are they like? And then you give it to your snake, and then 2 months later, after it's your snake's fourth, fifth male is dead. Like,
I'll say that. Like we've had animals die randomly when we were buying from a guy who was feeding his rats pig feed, and when we started doing our like own thing, like where we got like we do like we do like a 23%. I think it's what's everything that's not called Columbine. It's the other one. Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah.
Missouri. We do Missouri, and then we do like a black fly larva, squirrel feed, bird seed mix, and it's just our animals do so much better now that we're doing supplementing our rats, our
Yeah.
ASF so much.
Briefly feed FRM. That's what I use for my rodents.
Okay.
FRM, and then they get veggies from the garden. So they get cucumbers, they get carrots, they get tomatoes.
Man, they are spoiled, man.
By
Yeah, they
October,
are.
they'll be having potatoes. Yeah. So
Shout out to Valdo for putting us on the way to do ASFs. We would not be producing the way we produce if not for Val.
So one
What's he-
thing I didn't touch on earlier, guys, and this is completely off topic, but I see John with John's Creatures out there. We've got a little bit of a situation, and I'm just gonna pop this up. We've got somebody in the reptile industry that's unfortunately come into some bad news. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer, right?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna pop this up there because this is important. It's the Cash App that's going to go directly to that family. Stage 4, I think everybody is pretty aware. That is about as bad as things are going to get on the cancer side. I don't know that there's a different road
there's no comeback.
or route. There kind of isn't. When we're talking pancreatic, it's not good, right? So John reached out to me. He's like, hey, these guys are fantastic people. Can we do anything to attempt to help them out? And literally, this was just a day ago, guys, so I apologize for not putting this together better, but that's the Cash App. If you've got $2, $3, 10, $200 you can throw at this, whatever it is you can do for that family. It's a terrible situation they're going through. Fallen Angel is the setup there. He explained it much better than we can, like John's saying there, and it's just something. If you can do that, guys, reach out and support that. Go check out John's Creatures for a little more info on that. I wish I had better details and things. I'll pop it up again at the end of the show if you're so inclined, but stage 4 pancreatic is about as bad as it gets, and I think we all know that. So I know money is not an answer to any of that, but it does alleviate a lot of the additional stresses that come along with that.
Yeah,
How do you
absolutely.
feed people that are coming in? How do you get that hotel room for the family that needs to stay near that hospital to do their visits? You know, things like that. You can take away a lot of that pressure from that situation with just a couple bucks. So, John, thank you, sir, for bringing that to my attention. And I apologize I wasn't able to do the research and put together a little bit better setup for that and have it announced here. But go check it out. John's Creatures, he's going to have all the links. He definitely is going to, absolutely, John, and go see him on his too. He does his TikTok and Instagram lives and things too. He'll have all the appropriate places to go to help them out. So hopefully that gets, some attraction, gets some attention, and we can get some things diverted over there to just kind of ease that situation, because no one wants that news, right? And anything we can do to alleviate that even a little bit is fantastic. So apologize for the little PSA there, guys, but definitely going to do that, man. When somebody reaches out to me directly, especially with a direct message like that, I'm going to put it on the show. So reach out, make sure that we're doing what we can. So anyways, back to the message at hand. I think we've kind of come to a pretty general agreement. I mean, we all know it's a distasteful thing. It's not fun to have those babies that don't want to thrive, that don't want to do their thing. I think we kind of, and maybe I'm speaking for everybody here inappropriately, but I think we're kind of tying this to genetic links.
Yes,
I think we're saying that, this isn't something we should propagate through the breeding community. It isn't something we should be putting back into the domesticated pool to push this forward. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to do some weeding out on some projects we're big fans of, or we have a lot of investment in. We have a path forward, and we're not getting the animals that we're expecting. Fantastic gene set, doesn't want to thrive. What is the option there, and what is your choice? Are you going forward or current project or current product?
I really like the fact that we got, just by chance with this mix, we got the full spectrum too. I am not assist feeding, period. I'm assist feeding to the bitter end, and then we got in the middle, we're going to try it this many times, and then we're calling it. So it's a really good, really good perspectives on this.
I have a simple, here's a simple solution that solves a lot of these things, and it's very easy. Just keep 2 wild-caught females. 2 wild-caught females. Breed back every once in a while. Get fresh blood in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fantastic point that I think in both you and Greg kind of touched on before we got into the studio today, is why isn't that part of our process, right? Well, because of the timeline, because of the money, because of the dollar and what that does to your project. To step backwards is the only reason we're not doing that. And ethically and morally, we should be doing that.
I do it.
Original solid blood back in to at least bring back or propagate what would have been in the wild and have that effect, if it even can, and still get the visual result. That's part of the issue. We don't know where that line is. Is that even going to help? Or does that visual appearance just automatically carry with it a ton of things that no amount of breeding back is going to fix?
I'm going to be really honest. I don't want to buy an animal that took 2 months to 3 months to get eaten. If you sell me an animal that was so weak, I would say weak, that struggled so much, I'm not going to buy another animal from you.
This is where all the poly comes in. This is where the poly comes in, where Devin gets mad.
But I mean, to Devin's point, close that to you and tell you that, and you still buy it. At the end of the day, that's on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We need to make sure that when we do have animals that are like that, then we need to disclose that information to the buyer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Especially if that buyer is going to be a potential breeder. If they're going to be a pet keeper, then maybe it doesn't matter so much to them. But if it's going to be to another breeder, we need to say, hey, listen, this animal, it took a long time to get it started on food, just so you know. And I mean, we do that with some of the ones we sold as pets. And, we'll say, hey, listen, they were hard to get started on food. If you have any problems whatsoever, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call.
That.
Let us know, and we'll help you through it.
All of that, bro. Like that's it's just simple, bro. Some people just really, and at the end of the day, it's a monetary thing. Some people are not willing to be as honest about that because who knows the reasons. They may be struggling and they need the funds. They may, there's a lot of reasons. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you don't tell me that up front, and I find out in the end, like. People talk. We talk. We all talk. We talk to each other.
Well, you know what the funny thing is though. So I think back to the assist feeds, and none of the assist feed babies grew up to be ever problem eaters at all. They all ate really well after that. The problem eaters were always ones that ate just fine in the beginning, and it's like all of a sudden they got to this point, and now they go off of food for 3 months, and then they're back, and you just start to have. But it was never. At least not that I can recall, wasn't ever one of the assist feed babies. So I don't know why that is, but
yeah, my very first clutch, we got Cloud, and Cloud will always be here. But Cloud was every gene we could get in that combination. So spot nose, pastel, lesser, yellow belly, het clown, right? Male. And that came from, this was 2019, end of 2019, very first clutch. He absolutely would not eat. I assist fed Cloud for 6 or 7 months, like steady. Fantastic male now. Calm as could be, well, like you would expect, right? He's a little deep.
Just like the one Greg's holding.
Yeah, he will crawl out to your hand. He's a fantastic animal that way and eats perfectly. I think he's 1,800 grams.
He eats like every 4 to 5 weeks. He does not eat weekly.
But eats perfecly, though, to maintain his weight. His weight is 1,800 grams, and he's dead there. He always, body condition looks perfect. He's a healthy animal.
But we'll never
we decided long ago we were not breeding him, period. Yeah. We could have used him 4 times in our startup, but I'm like, I am not having that as offspring, even with our own pairings. And I'm like, that to me was a genetic issue, something in him that created that problem. And I wasn't going to propagate that further through any of our lines, right? So he'll always be here. We never push that to anyone else. We never would have done that without full knowledge of how that went. And if that happened more often, we'd have a far better breeding pool out there. And I think that's what we kind of need to land on, or I hope we all land on, as just an ethic, right? Mm-hmm. Just say that's the baseline, and can we do that? Pretty please? Like, if we ask in a really nice way, it's not going to fucking happen, right? But still. Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, my point of bringing that up really was the disclosing that. Oh, Val.
Val. Hello, Mr. Misfit. How you doing?
What's up, guys? How you doing,
John? We're doing good. We're doing good. Thanks for jumping in with us, man. I think we've kind of covered our feeding topic, and you messaged me. You're like, hey, I've got a clutch if you guys want to see it.
All right. Y'all want to see it? Oh, my God.
Yes, we do.
Oh, my God, guys, look. So the pairing was a pastel bamboo cinnamon het clown to a blackhead voodoo carnage Huffman.
Okay.
Wow.
So are these to be cut, or you did cut?
Okay, so here's the problem. I had already given a time on my other platform that I was going to do it.
Oh, okay.
So when we hit each other, I was like, man, I got so excited that you guys did it so many. I was like, me. I was like, bro, can I come? And so, but my people were waiting on the other side. So I went ahead and
no worries.
And I cut it, but they've been warming up for a little bit. That's basically what I was doing.
You look super excited.
Are you excited, Val?
Put them in the clutch, in the incubator, so that they would warm back up a little bit, so I could bring them back out, so I could show them on you guys.
Yes.
So there's 9 eggs, 5 bamboo, and none of the 5 bamboo look similar. They all caught different combinations of genes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's the other 4. They're just interesting. Let me go get the clutch real quick.
Absolutely.
Val is always happy when he cuts a clutch.
He's so
Yeah.
hype. Yeah, dude, I love it. He's a happy papa. Yes, he is.
Makes me happy to see other people breeding bamboo.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah,
know-
absolutely.
you know what I always called bamboos? I called them fancy calicos.
Right?
Ah.
Yeah, kind of.
Bamboo, isn't that the,
You-
isn't that
you know
the
what, though?
Hardwick special?
Yeah. I don't
Bodies.
care for calico, but I absolutely love bamboo. Explain that to me.
Val, though, like I said, Val, I said it earlier, bro. You really stepped up me and Eddie's ASF game. I'm not going to spill the sauce, but like this guy's the ASF king right here. Like this guy, he does crazy things. His ASFs are the size of jumbo rats. I don't know how he does it. He just does it.
Oh, I gotta flip the camera, guys. I don't remember how to do that.
Whoops. I think we're just going to go back to this method, and we're just going to highlight you.
How did you flip it, Greg? Where was the...
Oh, if you hit the camera button,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, hit the settings and hit camera. There is all the way at the bottom, there's a thing for mirror my camera.
There. He got it. He was trying to go
he's
to
trying
the
to go on his
backside.
phone. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that dark one? What's that dark
Wow.
one?
That
Hold
one's
on,
out
hold
of
on.
the
We're
egg
not looking at
already.
those yet. We're not looking at those yet.
We're looking at them.
We
We're
are.
looking.
We're looking at them. I'm
Right,
looking
look
at
at
them
that.
so
Save
hard.
it. Hold on. Okay. All right.
Oh,
So
it's teasing me.
see the bamboos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a different. So this is a different width on the dorsal stripe.
Yeah.
And that's a different color. And check this one out. Hold on. Sorry, I don't do this. Here we go.
That
Wow.
looks GHI.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
so
is
busy.
It does look GHI.
That's the voodoo, I think, in that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the voodoo.
Oh, how cute.
That's a voodoo blackhead, right? That's a voodoo
Blackhead. Yep. Blackhead.
Yeah.
Voodoo. And then this one's a little more unique as well.
That
But then
might
we
be
got-
just voodoo bamboo right there.
Yeah, that's what I was there. Voodoo bamboo.
So then we hit this too.
Wow. What is that?
That looks like a Nas. What the hell?
It's the black pastel and the cinnamon.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Oh,
Yep.
that's so
But look how
cool.
black they are. So you think they gotta have voodoo in there too. Voodoo's such a dark
Right, bro. There's got to be something. You're right.
Ah,
bro.
it looks like just an 8-ball to me, though. I mean, Blackhead Cinnamon's an 8-ball.
No, but look how black they. When blackhead and cinnamons come out, they're more purple than anything. When
No,
they
these
Yeah,
things are
that's
almost
really
black.
dark.
Oh, Blackhead
in
isn't
there.
in the Blackhead isn't in the 8-ball. It's the spider.
But so then it's what is it? Voodoo, Huffman and cinnamon.
Yeah, Huffman and cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the right looks a little more of the kind of lavendery color.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does, and
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm hoping one of them hit a bamboo
Yeah.
to see if it'll shift that color for us or not. And then
Oh, yeah, I like
he's
that.
out.
Wow.
He's visiting the neighbor, man.
How you
Right.
doing?
He's like,
Come and knock on my door.
He's like, give me your egg yolk.
So there's that one, and then this thing, guys. Oh my God, get ready.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, big paradox.
Oh,
Paradox.
look at that
yeah.
paradox. I bet you that it's the bamboo doing that paradox.
Wow.
That one's going to
But
be
yes,
I
I
don't know,
believe
that's
you're right.
definitely Huffman. You can see it all
You know,
day.
there's definitely, yeah,
But
Hoffman
if
in there.
you look in every bamboo and you're going to find flakes of, you'll find a single scale that will be that color orange on them somewhere.
But maybe it's something in the bamboo that like gets carried around with it.
Yep. Could be.
That's pretty awesome clutch, Val.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Wait,
Thank
you
you for
said,
letting me show it. Like,
That-
this one almost looks silver.
Oh,
Wait,
so pretty.
Val, you said you had blackhead right in there. It could be ringer. It could be ringer, Gene.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that.
So, are you going to shed test all those, Val?
More than likely.
Please say yes.
Yeah, more than likely.
Good night, Lowe's. Thanks for coming in and
That-
hanging out.
That
Look
looks
at that
so beautiful.
yellowing in that dorsal. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
Yeah, they're all cool,
This
man.
one's super busy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I like the black one.
the
the
Huffman
best.
bamboo blackhead.
Yeah.
Mess. Yeah.
Voodoo. Like, that's nice.
That one right there is my favorite.
I like the darks. Those darks. are-
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Yeah, very cool, man.
God, that in bottom left is sexy as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that when that comes out.
That's
Me
a blackhead
too, guys.
voodoo right there.
Yeah, I agree, John. That's
I
yeah.
love blackhead, bro.
That made my pickle tickle. Nice, pretty nice.
Like,
Might-
that
We're gonna have to go back and watch that cutting just to see your reaction as you're doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
it was funny though. That,
You're
that-
right. You're absolutely right, brother. I lost my stuff. I went when I saw that one, and that was the last one that I cut too. So it was like the very different thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was pretty
Yeah.
excited about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Val's reaction videos are on the top of my list for sure, man. He's
Yeah.
got the best
So
reactions. Like a little kid in a candy store, man.
It
every
just makes
time.
you happy.
It does, yeah. Watching that is just amazing. Speaking of watching things, we got 22 people, and they're slowly dipping as we go to 2 hours here. But we want to give out some more goddamn Forge Coin, because Forge Coin can go anywhere. Can go to like
Yeah.
5 people on this panel. But let's do it. We're going to get giveaway, guys. And this is just to enter tonight. Fittest. That's all you got to type in there. Hashtag fittest in the comments. $10 in your pocket. Every week we're giving it out. Yes, Val is awesome. Christopher Walker. I agree with you 100%.
I like-
there, Val.
What is that, Val? You had that up earlier. What is this?
Misfit, spot nose, yellow belly, lace.
Oh,
double
I
X
like it.
that's
wide,
fun.
right?
Right, man.
All right, so I'm not a paint Gene guy, but I think that needs paint.
Man, I don't know
I think it
what
looks
that turns
paint
into
enough.
with paint. That's
Wait,
so
is
checked
that
out.
pied?
No,
It's Potts double head clown and pie.
It looks pied. It looks like it has saddles.
It's head pie.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
it's
to
like
that
it's
pie.
separated.
Lace and yellow belly pushing up everything.
Pushing it up,
especially
maybe?
back there.
Yeah.
That's wild,
That's
man.
crazy.
That's really nice.
So here,
I don't know.
Real
Val.
quick,
It looks
let me
normal to
show
me,
you
Val.
real
You should
quick.
box it up and send it over this way.
So let me show you guys real quick. I usually show this one first because this is a spot nose yellow belly lace.
Oh, I remember where that came from.
Yeah, this is from yes. So this is the spot nose. Come here, bro. Quick. Alright. Spot nose, yellow belly lace. And I typically show her first because the interaction is phenomenal.
Yeah, looks great. Yeah.
You know, the colors are really good. Her headstand has a spot nose, being shy.
Yeah.
But she's got a really cool spot nose. So I show the 3 combination gene here, and then I added the misfit to it.
Crazy.
Oof. Man, that thing's wild.
Yeah.
So this is one shot of misfit in this guy.
That's one Gene I think people sleep on is Mystic.
No, misfit.
Misfit.
Oh, Misfit. Oh, wow. I stick with Mystic on people sleep on that.
Yes, I will stick with you on that too.
I-
Damn,
I-
that's a crazy
agree.
looking snake.
I would say I was one of the biggest defenders of Misfit when everyone was hating on Val for the Misfit.
Yeah.
Yes, you
I remember
were.
when
Yes,
we
you
went.
were, bro. You were.
I remember when we went through your misfit stuff, Val. That was pretty crazy for sure.
Super wild.
Yeah.
spot nose, yellow belly lace, misfit, spot nose, yellow belly lace.
Yeah, that's an insane difference. Beautiful snakes, man.
Thank you guys. Again, thank you guys for letting me on. Really appreciate you guys, man.
You're welcome in here
absolutely.
anytime, Val. Hang out with us, dude. Don't dip. Just chill with us for a bit. Because we're going to see who the hell won this. Did everybody get their stuff in? Giveaway tonight? How many entries do we got here?
I didn't comment. I'm not allowed.
Oh, you got to comment. You got to comment.
I'm on the panel.
Everybody's got to comment. Don't matter. Throw it in
I
there.
didn't do it.
All right.
Hold on.
I'll do it. Give me.
Yeah, everybody get in there, man. We want a big spin. So
me go.
always, this is Forge Coin. This goes to everybody in the group, to anybody in the group. So it's a community effort here. Anybody that wants in there, jump in. We're going to take a quick look. God, we got a lot of people in there, though. This is good. Got a good count so far. See Mitzi, we got Ella, we got Mission Morph. Look at this. We got affiliates in there. We got Brave. He's going to buy a smoothie with it. We got Tara. We got Eric B.
What's the hashtag go for? What does fit test stand for?
Fittest. Survival of the fittest.
Oh, fittest. I said fit test. I'm thinking about like working out or something. Like, what's the fit test?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, get yours in there. We're going to let this run for a couple more minutes here, guys. But dude, that's a fantastic clutch, Val. And anytime you just holler like that on almost any opportunity, we'll do a pop-up live, whatever. We've done that with Devin. We've done that with Greg. We've done that with Mission Morphs. We'll pop up the studio and we'll go live.
Add Sable.
No big deal.
Add Sable to that.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
100%.
Since we're showing off babies, you want to see a clutch that I raised a couple of Eddie just a few days ago, Val?
We
Let's go,
absolutely
Val.
do.
Come on.
Well, you saw the pictures I sent, right?
Oh, God. How do I go about that? Do I got to go back to the Forge Coin affiliates? Yeah, let's do that. I'll do that while we're getting these last couple entries.
Hide
You
my
know what we're gonna
nude.
call that.
Let's just say, while doing this, as you know, me and Eddie, we're very big. We have one or two strangers, we're not very good. We don't have a lot of strangers. We have a few. But I don't see a lot of Krypton stranger stuff, so I was like, I want to do stranger Krypton. This is so this right here is a special Spectre Stranger DG Krypton.
Oh my goodness.
Posset Monsoon.
And that needs right ahead. Ooh, that is nice. Look at
So
that.
this is without special. So this is just Stranger Spectre DG Krypton Posset Monsoon.
Man, I'm ashamed to say this, but I like it without special.
I feel it. You got taste for two. I'm just a fan of the special because of what it does to the flame. And then the third one, we couldn't get a pickup because it just ball. It just wouldn't come out of a ball.
Still
This guy?
orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this
Can
kind
you
of
zoom in
clutch.
at all?
I really can't. No, I don't
Okay.
have a way to.
It's the same thing though. It's a stranger DG Krypton, Spectre Stranger DG Krypton. But here's the way our whole conversation kind of applies to this because we cut this one, and one of them actually passed away. Not these, but we had a Spectre DG head clown from this clutch just randomly. It didn't have an egg tooth,
Man, that is nice.
and it just passed somehow.
Dorsal is crazy on this snake. Man.
Look at the
Yeah.
on that.
I love the head. I love
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
eye.
do too.
Look at
That's
those,
the Spectre. That's the Spectre doing the head stuff.
those
That
eyelids
is just
coming down like that.
Crazy.
Thickness behind the eye.
Mhm.
That
I like the size. You see where because
Side.
the Spectre,
Yes.
the Spectre Spectre has very blocky dorsal patterns, and it's fighting the stranger along the whole dorsal. You see it just fighting.
We picked up a Spectre Krypton hatchling this year, and that thing looks amazing. It's so bright. I can't plug that in.
I have a Super Spectre DG Het Cryptic girl that's made that clutch, and she's just
Whoa.
insane.
Nice.
Man, that was
We didn't
beautiful.
need that.
Those are some beautiful babies, man.
Mhm.
Beautiful,
Nick,
beautiful.
Devontae, Devon?
You know, they are, but I could be managed to part with one for a true ghost.
All right.
Oh,
On
God,
that
you always
note,
showing-
let's give some shit away.
Give some shit away. I got too many
Let's
babies
give
to
some shit away. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna spin this up. I could be arm
Devin's
wrestled
always
into
dealing,
giving.
man.
I could be arm wrestled into giving away 10 Forge coin. Here we go, guys. Good luck, everybody that put their 2 cents.
Yeah, I've been trying to wear Val down for months about true ghosts.
Ooh, I saw my name.
So we hit.
Back around.
We actually hit a hypo.
Yeah,
There we go, Mitzi.
You had Xanthic G-stripe.
It's a weird. It's a weird color. It's not black and white. It's a weird color.
Congrats, Mitzi.
Mitzi,
Let's see.
Congrats.
Man, she's
So, yeah.
super
Guys,
lucky,
I gotta
guys. She
go.
always wins
I gotta
here.
bed. I gotta get.
Take care, Derek.
Yes, thank you guys. It was a blast. I love it. I'll be on anytime you ask me to.
Well,
Thanks, Derek.
you gotta give the shout outs before you get the hell out of here.
Shout outs.
Yeah, whatever you got, man, because
all
we're
right,
all
shout out
closing
to
up.
Triple J's for having me on here. Everybody in the chat. Shout out to Bosa since I'm rocking his shirt. Shout out to Jeff, Bald Headed Balls. Everybody knows, he's going through some things. He's doing great. He's doing amazing. I love him. I can't wait to go. I'll be over there this weekend hanging out with him, helping him ID all his clutches he's been hatching out. But shout out to the reptile community, and shout out to all those people that don't assist feed.
All right. Thank you, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
See you,
Thank you
Derek.
all.
All right, brother.
Take
Be
care,
well,
Derek.
man.
One quick thing over Val. See, I love Black Hat so much, bro. Val has the one Black Hat. Val has the one Black Hat that the one that got away, the one that I regret selling to this day. He has it. And he's gonna
This guy ended up
That
with
guy
it.
right there.
Yeah, that guy
Let me
right
get him.
there.
Let me get him.
Yeah. So it's I love HRA, right? It was the first era. I made a
He's
Blackhead HRA GHI Stranger.
Let me get him.
I called it the Nas because it looks like a Suma, but it's not a Suma.
Video or it didn't happen.
Oh, you'll see it in the video.
Not Asuma. So we got NAS, Nas.
Yes.
Not Asuma. This
Yes.
is the combo, though. What's the combo again? One more time, Devin.
Blackhead GHI HRA Stranger. And this was a time when the Obsidian came out. They looked almost identical. And Wilbanks is charging 10K, and I was like, man, I should charge 10K. There it is. Look at that.
Woo!
Oof.
Look at
Wow.
look at that. It's
Just saying, people know that I do Star Wars names for my animals. I don't have a Lord Vader yet. I need a Lord Vader. Just saying.
It lost its dorsal as it got aged a little bit. It's still there, but it's gotten dark.
Yeah, I got kind of speckly, right?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Man. And that's got some iridescence, too. You can see it when
Very,
it gets in the
yeah.
light.
Yes, he's a very iridescent little male.
I wanted
that's
that.
cool.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you. By the way, Devin, appreciate you.
I wanted that to be Het Clown so bad, and when it came back negative, I cried. I cried for like 5 days. I was like, he had everything.
That's
But,
terrible. That's terrible.
It's so terrible.
All right. We're at 2 hours, almost on the nuts, guys. We're going to go around the horn. We're going to skip the Forge fam because we're always thankful for everything. Val, what are you thankful for, sir? And hang around, by the way. We're going to have you backstage for a minute, but
All right, brother.
shout
You know what,
outs.
guys? I've been very fortunate, and I'm very, very thankful for everything that's been happening around us. We've been very fortunate with our pairings. I know you guys have kind of heard. I do have the odds gods in my pocket, and I have turned that into a thing. Every night before I get off, I always look into the camera and I say, and as always, guys, may the odds gods be forever in your favor. So there you go, guys.
Beautiful, beautiful. Devin,
Appreciate that.
shout outs.
I got shout out to my boy Eddie. I wouldn't be able to do none of this if it wasn't for him. He does so much of the stuff in the background. Like, also, I'll say shout out to everybody that I've actually friends with. You know, like, I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for y'all. You know, whether it be my wheeling and dealing and the collabs and the backdoor deals and all. So, like, shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the shadows is what you're telling
Yes, yes.
me. All right. Greg, shout outs.
I got to shout out Pumpy and Meat Brow for their valiant efforts in the community.
Yeah, efforts. For sure.
Efforts is the key word, efforts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those revives come in clutch.
You should shout me out for going to bingo so John can play.
That's right. Hey, you know, Jamie, I think you should find another night to add on.
Bingo Tuesday and Wednesday.
You know, maybe a Saturday here and there. Who knows? You know, the weekend. I'd say the weekend was great. I'm just saying.
Funny.
It was fun. Jamie, shout outs. I'll
Oh.
put her on the spot because she hates this.
Yeah, you said the Forge was out, but I'm going to shout out my gecko friends, GTL, NXS, and Shut It Out Geckos, and Ewog, because they help me, they guide me, and we just have fun chit-chatting. So,
Hell yeah. Gecko community strong.
yeah.
All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Crucible is going to unload here. We're going to keep all these guys on the panel. We're going to BS a little bit after. If they want to stick around, that's fine. But we're going to let you guys off the hook. Also, we got two people that have way overdue. We've got Arachnid Cat and we got Chris over at Unhinged coming on. They're going to come on as a duo and they're going to talk about their channel, the things they're doing over there, and get back to No Remorph next week, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We got 2 more days. You got a weekend right ahead of you. Paychecks coming Friday for some of you. Maybe it's an off week and you get it the following. Whatever. Hang in there. You're going to get there. Weekend is the time to relax, and we got one just 2 days ahead, guys. Thank you for the 3 of you on the bottom still hanging out here. Thank you to Derek also for jumping on tonight to chop this up and go through a topic that's kind of, you might get beat up for some of the things you say. Maybe not, you know, maybe everybody's going to be a little more understanding these days, but appreciate everybody that does this. Appreciate Griff for coming in here. This is our Tiger Joliffe Pied Spot Nose Het Clown right here, and I'm going to just hang on to him while we close this out. But yeah, everybody have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week. Come check us out, Arachnid Cat and Chris from Untamed Unhinged. We'll be back again, so peace out, everybody. Much love. Thank you for hanging in there with us. And that's it. Just have a fantastic couple days.